Hey everyone, and welcome to another loot video. Today we have loot from 25 Trials of Chaos. I've kind of ranted about this content in the past. I don't think it's very good, but I did manage to get through 24 runs, and, as is tradition, we will do the final run together. We're not doing the entire thing, of course I will edit out most of it, but I think we can get into this. Trial of Chaos, the 25th Temple of Chaos, or whatever this is called. And if you didn't know, the inscribed ultimatums, they tell you which fragment piece you get from them. So I'm running the ones that give us the victorious fates, and then in my inventory I have one deadly fate and one cowardly fate, and that will allow me to fight the final boss. So we can pop this in here. I also have all of the belts that I picked up during these past 24 runs. We will of course be chancing those. And let the fun begin. The Trial of Chaos run number 25. So the first room, I believe, is always the same. Ooh, monsters have 40% resistances, thank you very much. I'm using Rakiata's Flow, so monster resistances are inverted. So that is a big damage increase for me. The first room, I've noticed, is always the same. It's always eliminate all monsters, and I believe the second room is always the timed, like, minute 30-second survival. The first room is done, so I guess I can yap a little bit of a story. I did plan on running these Temples of Chaos a couple months ago, and I got 5 runs in, and then I stopped. So my first 2 runs, they were fine, no issues whatsoever, and then my third run, I disconnected on wave 7 or 8, like right at the end, and I lost all of my progress, which was very annoying. And then on my 4th run, I died to the shade, that thing that if it hits you 7 times, you just fail the trial instantly. I was like watching YouTube on my second monitor. This content is pretty easy. It doesn't require your full attention. So I did manage to die to the shade, and that was again like on wave 8 or 9 right at the end. And then on my 5th run, I made it all the way to the Trialmaster, and he one-hit me. And that was the end. No more trials for me. I sold all of my fragments. I had purchased like 40 of each, like just upfront, because I was planning to do 50 runs. So after those 3 failed runs, I'm just like, nah, I'm out of here. I did manage to make a little bit of profit though, selling those fragments, because they did go up in price. This timed trial, it is so bad. I have been yapping through this one, but unlike the trials of the Sekamas, where when you defeat a rare enemy and the time decreases, nah, not in the Temple of Chaos. You have to survive for the entire minute 30 seconds. And all of these mechanics, like just everything about this is slow, just riding the elevators, running between zones, the escorting the statue, like there are just so many like hard time gates. And we have Shroud Walker. That's just going to be annoying for this challenge specifically. We will take off the Headhunter. And now we get to escort this, and look at how fast it's moving. Blink and you will miss it. Overall, like, while the trials are pretty boring, it is easy. I feel like this is accessible to most builds because there are so many time gates. Like, yes, at the very high end, if you're blinking around with the Temporalis, you will be able to get through maybe like 5 runs an hour. But even on like the low end, if you can deal decent damage, I mean, each run should only take like 15 minutes. And of course we can talk a little bit about the loot. I am just doing a little bit of yapping now. We're pretty much just going to watch the first, like, I guess 4 rooms, and then I'll just like edit out all of the other rooms once I'm done yapping. But as for loot, there is one big money drop, and that is the Adorned. We will talk about that a little bit later. The drop rate to get one is, I believe, a 1 in 50. So hopefully we can get one this run. That would make me very happy. Oh, right here, the Stalking Shade. See, this is what I die to in that story that I just told. Let's see, 50% less area of effect and projectile speed with my twisters. That is not a good combo. What wave are we on? Did we just take down the boss? I'm not even paying attention. I think we just took down the first boss, so we're on wave 5. And it's also important to note that depending on the I don't have any inscribed ultimatums on me, but depending on the inscribed ultimatums you use, I believe the boss order is always the same. So if you're struggling with a boss, like, you could do inscribed ultimatums that have that boss at wave 4. So you don't have to worry about getting a boss that you struggle with on wave 10 and risk losing a run. Alright, I guess that's pretty much it for what I wanted to talk about. And then for running the Temples of Chaos, again, I have 2 Deadly Fates, or 2 Fate fragments in my inventory. Each one of these are currently 40 divines. So running the Temple of Chaos is pretty expensive, so if you don't hit that Adorned drop, if you don't hit the big money drop, you are going to lose currency, because the input cost is fairly high. And then combine that with the 1 in 50 drop rate for that money drop, you know, it gets a little expensive. Because the fragments are so valuable, if you can get to room 10 in like 10-15 minutes, if you can farm 4 or 5 of these Deadly Fates an hour, this could be a couple hundred divines an hour. And again, it's not super difficult. There's maybe a couple modifiers you have to watch out for, but if you have just a couple 100,000 DPS, I mean, the bosses only have like 1,000,000 HP. So we have just a couple rooms left, and then we can get into the loot. And I'm excited mainly for the tribal masks, because I just want to evolve those. Oh, something else that I found out, if you're doing, well, I guess any room, these Rings of Doom, if we run over to like this pedestal, this Ring of Doom is going to explode. But if you stand on this pedestal, Rings of Doom and Heart Tethers don't spawn on this. I think maybe Lightning Runes also don't spawn. And then if I step off this, we can see the Heart Tether and the Ring of Doom appeared instantly. Okay, and we have the final boss here. Again, just 1,000,000 HP. We got the Victorious Fate. A Vol Orb. Big loot. And now, I forgot to hit record. That's fine. I mean, we have the live stream. Oh, it's such a hassle. Okay, I'm gonna hit record now. So we have the loot. Let's see what we got. Trial rewards. Huge. And by huge, I mean small. But we have the Trialmaster's Tower. We just picked up the Victorious Fate, and then we can use these 2 other fates that I have in my inventory. And here we go. We'll finish this off by riding 1 more elevator. We can activate the boss. Again, this guy killed me 1 time a couple months ago, so now I just run away. I let the twisters do the work. Should be 1 more cast. And there it is. Pretty easy boss. We saw 1 attack. That was pretty cool. Come on, big loot. Run number 25. Tribal Mask. Unfortunate, plus an inscribed ultimatum. That's not bad, that's like 100 exalts. But now, oh, and something else that's just not good with this mechanic. When you finish it, you have to go to the Act 3, like, hub for some reason. You can't just go back into the Temple of Chaos or your hideout or anything. And that's just unnecessary in my opinion. So now we have in the stash tab the loot Or, before I get to the loot, we could take a look at the write down. So we have Cowardly Fate, we have the Deadly Fate, 25 of each, and like I mentioned earlier, they are 40 diviners apiece, bringing this to 2,000 divines invested. And again, the loot, we only make currency if we get the Adorned. The helm, the tribal mask, worthless. The shields, worthless. The belt, zero value there. The hate forge, the gloves are like 45 divines unidentified. But pretty much if we don't get the Adorned, we lose. So let's look inside this tab. I've named it Misery, which I think is fitting for this type of content. And bang! We can put this over here. Deposit. One extra soul core. We'll just put that over there. Put away this currency. And it's not looking good. Where is the Adorned is the question. So we know the drop rate is 1 in 50. So another question is, why did I only do 25 runs if the drop rate is 1 in 50? That's a good question. And the answer is quite simple. You have to quit while you are ahead. So I have a clip, and we can just skip all the way to the end. We fought the Trialmaster. We can take him down. Come on, give me loot. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Bang. And you can see I'm kind of circling the diamond. Does the Trialmaster drop the Flesh Crucible diamonds? I wasn't sure if that was like a debate at first. I was a little worried, but we did manage to get the Adorned. So where is it? That is another good question. So this is the only time I have ever sold an item before making the loot video. Because, well, if we go to my currency exchange, manage shop, we have something so unbelievable. It's at Ziri, the new boss who drops the Flesh Crucible diamond. Okay, but if we go into the earnings, the Adorned is worth 12,000 divines actually. So right here, we have Hate Forge. This is the only other valuable drop that the boss drops. There's like a bunch listed for 50 divines. I don't know why they're all listed for 50. So that's why I gave this a value of like 45 divines. And then if we go to the Adorned, we have, 2 mirrors. But if we scroll down to divines, they are about 12,000 diviners. One mirror is 9,000 divines. So do these sell? The answer is yes. So I've been watching the price of Adorns, and I've noticed that these do sell for 2 mirrors occasionally. So if I go to my earnings, we have some divines in here, and then 2 mirrors of Calandra, we can see the diamond. Well, the icon is a little messed up, but the Adorned diamond, 2 mirrors. And this is special. I have never, we have another Twister user up in here. I have never had a mirror before in Path of Exile 1 or Path of Exile 2. So we get to claim these together, and there it is, 2 mirrors of Calandra. We can go over here and I've never had a mirror before. I cannot believe it. So not only did we get the big money drop, but we were able to sell it for 6,000 divines more than what it, should have sold for. Because, some people who have money just don't want to deal with divines, I guess. Like, imagine having that much currency where you look at this and you're just like, I don't want to deal with 12,000 divines, so I'm going to spend an extra 6,000 divines just to get the item for mirrors instead of divines. Like, there's an entire tier of players that I can't even fathom spending that much currency. Anyways, we're going to talk about these a little bit more in a moment. And then we have all of this loot. Real quick, Omens of Chance. Do I have any? Here we go. Omens of the Ancients. Again, we have all of these belts that I picked up during my 25 runs. Orbs of Chance. I have not done chancing in a long long time. Here we go. Bang. Come on, always pick up your white belts. That is a big moneymaker. Unfortunately, we did not hit a headhunter yet. Bang. Nope. One more. Unfortunate. The chance to get a headhunter when chancing, I've found, is about 1 in 150. And there is something we have to do. Let's see. Do I want to do it now? I think we'll do it now. Let's go to the currency exchange. I want divines. I have a mirror, and we can see the margins. We can insta-sell for 9,068 divines, or we can slow sell it for like 9,175. So we have to sell the mirrors. My first ever mirrors. It hurts, but look at the gold fee on that. 7.3 million doubloons. Unreal. We'll wait for this one to sell, and then I'll list this one. I don't know if someone's gonna like try to undercut me. So the reason I'm selling these mirrors is because the economy is very inflated right now. Like, mirrors are not going to be 9,000 divines a month from now once they nerf, remove, and or balance the temple. So I want all of my currency in divines. So we're just gonna let that sit for a minute. And now we have 2 Hate Forge, these gloves. They're worth like 45 divines each, unidentified, and then there's pretty much no value anywhere else. We can start plugging these numbers into the write down. Perfect chaos. 1 diviner. We got 5 divine drops. The ultimatums, I did identify 1 by accident, so you can sacrifice up to 20 armorer's scraps to receive double those scraps. This is completely worthless. These can be, sacrifice divines to get double that many divines. I think you can sacrifice up to 3 divines, so you get a guaranteed 6 divines. So these are about 100 exalts apiece, and we have 9 of these that I did not identify. I mean, again, we're talking about pennies compared to the money drop. The belts, we got 3 of those. 3 times 0, yep, that's still 0. The helmets, we got 17 of those, no value there. The shields, also no value. 2 Hate Forge gloves. We have the soul cores. Do I want to price check these? Not really. I think we have like 10 divines in soul cores. Oh, see, someone did undercut me. Ugh, so annoying. Put this one up for like 9170. My money. Okay, so we have 2 soul cores. This one is worth like 3.5, and then 3. So I mean, we have maybe like 9 divines. No stock. I don't think any other soul core really has value. No. So I'm just gonna say we have maybe 10 divines in soul cores, and then we have the big money adorned one of those. But because we sold it for 2 mirrors instead of 12,000 divines, we have like 18,200 divines worth of currency, making this the most profitable video I have ever made. I'm glad we were able to get an adorned, and I am still kind of like in disbelief that it sold for 2 mirrors because someone just didn't want to have to deal with divines. Part of me almost kind of wants to like buy 1 more of these and list it for 2 mirrors, but the league is ending and I do not want to get stuck with 1 of these. So I will take that currency, plus there's so much competition now. So we will identify all of these, and I did make a video going over the Glimpse of Chaos tribal masks, just an entire like Vaaling video of these, because of that modifier can be modified while corrupted. So we can just slam some Vaal orbs on these. And if I go to, I think over here, this is the Glimpse of Chaos that I managed to make during that Glimpse of Chaos Vaaling video. It has just 1 modifier on it. 50 to maximum mana. It lost everything else. So this is the mark to beat. And getting something like this is very rare. I think we went through like a couple hundred of these helmets. So we will put a socket in all of these. I don't think we'll quality them. Again, this is just a meme item, but let's see what we can get. There's 1 enchant, and again, it ripped. ripped. Unfortunate. It ripped instantly. Enchant. I don't think anything happened. It ripped. It ripped. Come on. It ripped. Yeah, you can see these do not have a high chance of survival. That's why when I made that Glimpse of Chaos Vaaling video, that's why I did like 200 of these. Instantly ripped. This one lost, can be modified while corrupted. Come on. Oh, wait a minute. 4 mods left. 3. Oh, we lost, can be modified while corrupted. That could have been something. That one ripped. I did not get a single one with 2 enchants. Are we serious? Ripped instantly. Come on. Ripped. Come on. Nope. And so, yeah, that was the Glimpse of Chaos Tribal Masks. And yeah, I mean, I think we are done. The currency exchange. Oh, I really would like these to sell during this video so I could add these divines to my collection. Again, I'm just trying to like get generational wealth so I never have to worry about currency in standard ever again. Plus there's a couple things I want to buy when this character goes core. So that's why I'm just kind of like hoarding all of this currency. But in 0.5 and in future leagues, all of the currency will be spent on big videos, I'm hoping. Because something I'd like to do, kind of, is identify like 100 Prism of Belief diamonds. I think that would be a lot of fun, but that would also be like 40,000 divines, and I could risk losing them all. That's why I'm not doing anything too risky this league. Oh yeah, and then the only other thing worth mentioning, I got this jewel. It's not anything special. I mean, we can see the divine on it is completely worthless, but the boss dropped it. I threw a vol on it, it got a 5th modifier, and then I threw an Architect's Orb on it, and it hit 10% fire res. Like, really good RNG, but the divine itself was pretty bad, so I guess that was worth mentioning. And then we do have a perfect Exalted Orb, but that's like 1/5 of a divine, so nah, not even worth mentioning. But yeah, absolutely massive amount of loot, mainly because we got a single lucky drop, a single adorned, and I think that is going to be just about it for today. So as always everyone, take care.